Hi guys, welcome to Scorched Earth Tarot. This is going to be the November mid-month for Sun, Moon and Ascendant Sagittarians. If you don't know what your Moon and Ascendant signs are, have a look in the description box below. I've put a link down there that will help you. Equally, if you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, that information is down there as well. Hope the noise of the chap blowing leaves from one end of his property to the other is not disturbing you too much, the mic's not picking it up. I was waiting for him to finish, but it seems like he's enjoying playing with his new toy, so I'm going to lose the light before too long. I'll get stuck in. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I really appreciate the support. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And I hope you find something here for you. What else to tell you? Don't think I've got anything else to tell you. This is my first month having a go at mid-month readings. May change the format for December. I'll see how it goes down for this month. But I want it to be somewhat shorter than the general monthly readings that I've been doing, so I'll try not to keep you too long. We're going to pull a couple of cards and have a look and see where you are energetically, like a snapshot of where you are right now in the month. Then we'll have a look at what's coming towards you, and then finally we'll pull some advice cards and see if we can't ease the way for your transition into December a little easier. So, with all of that said, could I please have 3 cards for Sagittarius for the 15th to the 30th of November? There's the first one. We've got 6 of Swords. That's air energy, but it talks about leaving situations behind, walking away from things. Can I have another card for Sagittarius, please? Oh, there it is. Got Page of Wands. That I always associate with you, Sagittarius. It talks about, well, for me actually, pages talk about exciting beginnings. I'll get to that. I'm not getting too deep already. One more card, please, for Sagittarius for the 15th to the 30th. We've got the Knight of Wands. Excellent. At the bottom of the deck, we've got 8 of Wands. A lot of fire energy this month. I'm pretty sure 8 of Wands is a Sagittarius card as well. I cannot remember quite off the top of my head. But anyway, here is where we are. 6 of Swords, air. Page of Wands, fire. Knight of Wands, fire. So as I said, the 6 of Swords is about moving away from a situation. It's usually depicted as the water being fairly choppy on one side of the boat and calmer in the other. You're sailing off towards calmer waters. There's a situation that's been grieving you in some respect, and you're turning your back on it and you're walking away. Swords are still in the boat though, so whatever it is, I don't feel like it's entirely done with yet. If the situation is done with, then your reaction to the situation isn't quite complete. You haven't processed it all yet, I would say. And we come to the Page of Wands, and I will talk about them separately actually. I was wondering whether to put them together and talk about them in the same way, but we'll deal with them separately. The Page of Wands for me very much talks about new starts. You know, because obviously he's a page and he's a messenger and all that kind of thing, but he's holding on to the Ace of Wands, right? He's passionate, he's excited, he's enthusiastic about something. And it's not about his job, it's about what he gets to do while he's doing his job, what he gets to experience while he's doing his job. It's a card of broadening your horizons and going out into the world, being excited to do so. So leaving something behind and then starting something new. 2 very nice energies to have for the last 2 months of November. 2 months, 2 weeks of November. And then we get to the Knight. Now, this Knight sometimes gets a bit of a bad rep because, well, we all know what he's called. He doesn't often show much commitment. You know, he's exciting, he's dramatic, probably quite sexy, knows how to charm people, if it was a person. But I feel like this is an energy, and it's a graduation. very swift graduation from page to knight. You know, page is the point at which it's getting ready to go off into the world and experience these things. The knight is a step up. The knight has experienced these things and is moving. There's movement. So perhaps you've left a situation behind. You're looking forwards to the future, quite excited about what it is that you're going to experience. And the knight is moving you forwards. I'm going to pull one more card for the page. Why is the page here, please? We've got Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Pentacles talks about lack and poverty and being without, being left out, all of those kind of things. But because it's landed in its reverse position like that, I feel like part of what it is that you're leaving behind is leaving behind this lack, this fear of lack, this being left out, fear of being left out, poverty, whether that's emotional poverty or physical poverty, you know, you take it as it resonates to you. But there's a definite sense of moving forwards. I just find it really interesting as well. Right at the foot of this page, we've got a bunny, and on the bottom of the deck, as I'm looking at it here, we've got the page of the Queen of Pentacles. She too has a bunny. Rabbits are symbols of abundance and fertility and whatnot. Why is the Knight? Oh, hello. High Priestess. Following your gut. You know, whatever you left behind, whatever your motivation to turn about and go in a different direction, now you're doing it. You're doing it with the aid of the High Priestess. So you're either doing it secretly, quietly, or the point at which you move is you following your gut instinct, just knowing that something is right. And the other thing that the King of Wands talks about is now. Absolutely now. Not in the future, not in the past. Right now, this second. It's a good energy for a Sagittarian. The Page and the Knight are both really good energies for your sign, because you're the umblers of the deck. You know, you like to go out and experience things. You like to see things, taste them, touch them, wander amongst them. I think that's rather lovely. Perhaps there's a message involved. Perhaps take it as it resonates to you, but it could be a message that caused you to finally take that leap and go, no, I had enough, and walk away. Or maybe the message is what transitions you from your Page state to your Knight state. Maybe you're waiting for a go-ahead on something. In the last 2 weeks of November, it looks like you're going to get it. So, what's coming towards Sagittarius? Got the Three of Pentacles. Nice, earth energy. What's coming towards Sagittarius? The Magician. Nice. What's coming towards Sagittarius in the last 2 weeks of November? I don't take cards when they fall to the right, because it means I've dropped them. This card didn't really jump out so much as kind of slide awkwardly out. I don't know. The Three of Pentacles talks about working with other people. It's building something new, but it's building something solid. And usually it's depicted as, you know, part of a cathedral or something, and there's a mason working and there are 2 people overseeing what's going on. But in this deck it's depicted alone. I always find that quite interesting, given its meaning. But then it's quite possible to work with others without being, you know, physically present with those people. And I get the distinct impression that maybe you're looking to start working remotely. Maybe you're studying, distance learning, something like that. Or maybe you're just starting a process which you will get other people on board with at a future date. But that point isn't November. And then we have the Magician. Now the Magician is an incredibly powerful card. He has dominion over all of the elements. He knows exactly, you know, what combination to combine them into, and what ratios, and what goes with that. You know, it's knowledge being utilized to manifest things into reality. It's alchemy, is what it is. And the last 2 months of November, I say that every time, the last 2 weeks of November, seeing you utilizing some knowledge and getting really into manifesting mode. You know, you're calling things in. Maybe you're working with other people to call things into your reality. I'm going to pull some more cards for these two because I'm quite intrigued. What's the Three of Pentacles doing here? Hierophant. So perhaps you could be, well, that is absolutely possible then, that you could be dealing with a business, remote working, you know, contracting in, working as a self-contractor for a business rather. Could be distance learning, because the Hierophant can talk about schools and educational systems and things like that. One more card for that, please. But there's a sense of you working alone, but in association with other people, if that makes any sense. One more card for the Three of Pentacles, please. Getting a lot of flippers, but no jumpers here, so let me just try that again. Where's the Three of Pentacles here, please, for Sagittarius? That's the one. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, putting in a lot of effort. Yeah, this is all earth energy, so not yours. This is the card of Taurus. There may be a Taurus involved in what you're doing, but you're definitely starting on something. You know, maybe you and some friends have had some plans, and you're the one who's laying the groundwork, starting it all off. Maybe you're working in conjunction with, you know, some sort of educational establishment. Maybe you've gone back to school, you know, so the working with others is the fact that there are other people studying with you. Take it as it resonates. But then we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and that's about putting in work to become a master at something. You know, however that resonates with you. And the Magician is a wonderful card to have when you're trying to bring something together. If you're trying to work on something to master it, you're trying to, you know, bring it into reality. Why is this Magician here for Sagittarius, please? Knight of Wands. Yeah, that's your energy again. Excuse me. Ooh. Got the Moon, which is the card of Cancer, but it's come up reversed. And I think that there are things that you've been confused about. Maybe ways in which you can manifest what it is that you're trying to bring in. You've been confused. There's been, the way hasn't been entirely clear, but because the moon's reversed, you're coming out of that energy. Like, things are going to be illuminated, those things that you need to know, and it's going to happen very suddenly. You know, so if you've been maybe putting a lot of groundwork into something for a little while, or even just thinking hard about it, these three cards together say whatever blocks and obstacles that you haven't been able to see, and therefore cannot guide your own way forwards because you don't know where the obstacles are, they're falling away, they're being removed, and it's going to happen very quickly. The final card that you've got is absolutely beautiful. It's the Ten of Cups, and that talks about complete emotional fulfillment. You know, it's the happy family card, if you like. But it's about doing something that really speaks to you personally on an emotional level. You know, you take a great deal of joy in what you're doing, and there's a great value in what you are doing. It doesn't get any higher than the Ten of Cups. Could I have another card for Sagittarius, please? Why is the Ten of Cups here? Don't take them when they fall that way. We need to talk about this card a little more. So, what's coming up? Look at that card for a second. Maybe, maybe it's something like building a house, renting a house, buying your first house. It's the step after the 9, and the 9 is the wish fulfillment. So whatever it is, it's something that you've always wanted, and it's coming through. You know, if it is a business that you've started, then it is this business really starting to take off, starting to provide for you and your family. Where's the 10 of Cups here, please? Stop dropping! Oh my God! Right, it's the second time on the trot that cards have fallen out to this side, so I am going to take them. I'm going to break my own rule. We have got the Queen of Wands, the 2 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. So I think whatever this is, there was a disappointment with it at one point. You know, 5 is exactly half of 10. And in this card, this chap's grieving over what he doesn't have. He does not notice the fact that there are 2 cups behind him right here. You know, it's a crying over spilt milk card. But it can be more serious than that. I'm drawn to the fact that there are buildings in the back of both of these cards, in the background at least. And that it is exactly half of 5. I think that you've had a knockback with this in the past. It's something that you've tried to do before, whether it's a business or whether it's buying a home or, you know, renovating a home, building your own home, building up a business, something like that. You've had some sort of knockback in the past, but the way is being cleared now. And then we've got the Queen of Wands and the 2 of Wands. Now this is your queen. This is your fire queen, and she's a great ally. So maybe this is you, or maybe this is someone in your environment. It doesn't have to be a man. It could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarian. But there's a sense of magnifying up. This queen's holding a single wand. The page is holding a single wand. The knight is holding a single wand. This other knight is holding a single wand. Even the magician is holding a wand. I feel like there was an initial source of inspiration, you know. This is an ace right here in their hands. Look how many court cards we've got down here now, all from the wand suit. It's seeing something through to its completion. I mean, the only thing that you're missing here is the 10, is the King of Wands, and really with the page and the knight twice and the queen, do you really need it? You know, this is an energy of getting something done and inspiring others with it. And we have the 2 of Wands. So I think that what happened was, you've tried this before, you got kicked over, or your cups got kicked over. But rather than feeling sorry for yourself, you employed your 2 of Wands energy. You went really with your own element, and you looked at it again. And you bolted to the wall those things that had worked, those things that were right, and you re-examined the other things. You know, maybe there's an element of travel in what it is that you're doing, trying to pull off here. But the energy of all of those together is getting you to here. And certainly, if it doesn't manifest exactly in those that 2 week period, it's close. Because 2 knights talk about very swift action forwards. They talk about now, absolutely now, and the magician is now. You know, maybe what you had to turn your back on before was this failing. I don't know. Perhaps Ace of Cups. I have some advice for Sagittarius, please, for the 15th to the 30th of November. get one more. Sagittarius, November. Yeah, see, I feel like this is kind of confirming what I've said. We've got the Ace of Cups, the Hanged Man, and Judgment. All absolutely beautiful cards. The Ace of Cups talks about new, right? It's the seed. All potential is held within this vessel right here. So it can be a love of a person, a thing, a situation, a group of people, you know, yourself, take it as you will. And then we have the Hanged Man, which is the card of Pisces, and that's about changing your perspective on something. Yeah. Odin hung himself upside down on the Tree of Knowledge for a considerable number of days in order to change his perspective and gain wisdom in doing so. And then we have Judgment, which is the card of Scorpio, and that's about things coming back. You know, it's about a resurrection. It's about things that you thought were dead coming back to life, whether that's a person or an opportunity or more. God, did I say a person coming back from the dead? I didn't quite mean it like that. A relationship with a person coming back from what you thought was dead. A situation that you thought was dead coming back for a second chance. It's a card of second chances. And to me, this says that don't lose hope, right? Don't lose faith in what it is that you're doing, because you are really, really close right now. And the Hanged Man talks about making sure that you've considered things from all angles, because you need to be aware that something is coming back that you need to deal with. It sounds incredibly vague, but I think that somebody will resonate with this quite strongly, because it feels like one of those readings that's meant for a very specific person. Yeah. So I think I've waffled for quite long enough. I'm so ready for this retrograde to be over. It's literally affected my ability to speak, which is quite wounding. Yes. So I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. Take care, and I'll see you in the December monthly.